Hey gang, Tony here. It is Friday, and I just got back from yard sailing. It's pretty late. I actually was driving around quite a bit today. There was no shortage of yard sales, but there was a shortage of good things to buy. So I drove around and hit a lot of yard sales, but did very little purchasing. I actually did shoot some video as I was driving around, but since I got so few items, I decided to just make it a short video. I went to... Okay, so the only item I got earlier today was a Nintendo game. It is Adventure Island. I cleaned this up already. I haven't tested it yet, though. So that's Adventure Island. They wanted $3. I gave them $2. And honestly, I can't even remember if I already have this game. I kind of feel like I do, perhaps? Not really sure. This yard sale was actually really cool in terms of scope. They had a whole house filled with stuff. It was a whole house sale. And as soon as I walked in, I was asking pretty much every single yard sale today if they had video games, because I got out really early. I got out super early, and I was hitting most of these like right as they were starting. So I was pretty comfortable in asking without worrying, you know, whether or not other people had already asked or anything like that. And luckily I asked at this one because they actually had it in a different room and they forgot about it or something. And I had a momentary almost like, oh, where they said they might have some other stuff, but they didn't. So that was really the only thing I got all morning. I came home and then I was feeling kind of like, that wasn't enough. So I actually went back out. The reason I went back out is because there's a pawn shop I was told about that I've been meaning to check out for a while. They have video games. I know they have video games, but it's a pawn shop and I wasn't sure what kind of prices they'd have, that kind of thing. So I took a chance, and it turned out that it wasn't too bad. And in fact, I may even start checking them out, like on occasion, like every couple weeks, just to see what they have. So the first thing I asked them about was this Super Nintendo game. It's Krusty's Super Fun House. And I couldn't... the reason I asked about it was I couldn't see what it said on the top. They have it in a case with all, like... You couldn't... So I told him, you know, can you show me that? And he pulled it out. And he goes, oh, I can't sell this. I didn't notice. The back is cracked. And he showed me that. The whole back was cracked. And I said, well, what do you mean you can't sell it because it's broken? Or he's like, yeah, I can't sell you something broken. I was like, I'll give you $1 for it. And he was like, well, you can't return it if it doesn't work. I was like, that's fine. I'll take a chance for $1. So what I did was I took it for $1. And then I took the back off. So here's Krusty. As you can see, it's all good now. I took my game bit and I unscrewed it, and I took the cracked back off and I put it on a game that I don't like, Top Gear. I'm not really much into racing games, and I don't think this one is worth all that much money. I have to double check on that. But yeah, I figured, you know, for $1, I'll just swap out a back, and now I have a nice copy of Krusty for $1. And Top Gear, I figure, is not worth too much anyway. If it is worth money, if Top Gear does turn out to be worth money, I have some other crappy sports games and things that I could just take the back off and swap it out with something else. Or wait until I get some new stuff. Alright, so that was that. And then they had Primal Rage. The label's a little messed up there. They wanted $5 for it, and since the label was a little cruddy, I said, well, why don't you do $5 for both of these? So $1 for this, $4 for that. So they gave me that deal. So that was $5, 4 in 1 for Primal Rage and Krusty's Super Fun House. And then I was about to leave, and I spotted Bomberman for the Game Boy. And I asked how much that was. They had $10 on it. And I kind of nodded, and I was about to leave. He was like, well, if you take it now, I'll give it to you for $5. And I don't know how much it's worth. I don't know if it's worth anything. You know, maybe just a couple bucks or whatever. But I was feeling frisky. I was feeling like maybe just taking a chance. So I grabbed it for $5. I haven't looked any of this stuff up. I don't have any clue what any of it's like worth. But I figure, why not? Give it a shot. So they actually had a couple other games there that I know were worth more than they were selling them for, but I didn't want to spend any more money today on just single games, so I left them for now. I'm going to check them out again, though, soon. So then I left. I actually found a huge church sale. All I got was a hot dog. I was starving at that point. Hit the Salvation Army, nothing going on there. Hit a yard sale on the way home, the last yard sale I went to, and got G.I. Joe VHS. G.I. Joe the movie. Celebrity Kids. Oh, Celebrities Just for Kids. So that was $25. I mean, how do you leave behind G.I. Joe on VHS, right? So I grabbed that for $25. And before I left, I asked the lady I bought it from if she had any video games, and she said, no, just that Wii game over there. I said, alright. I start walking away, and she says, wait, what do you mean by video games? I was like, well, I started rattling off all the stuff I collect, and she said that she has 2 sons that are both like 32, 33, my age, basically around my age, who definitely have Nintendos and Genesis and games galore and all kinds of stuff. So I gave her my number, gave her my name, told her to find out what they have, and if they're willing to sell it, I'll buy it all. Give me a call. So, historically, I have not had luck with that kind of thing. Normally, people just never call me back. But she seemed kind of nice. She seemed like she was willing to do it. So, here's hoping that I get a call for a cheap lot of video games. I actually had one other person that said they would give me a call if they found a Genesis in some games at a different yard sale. If these people call, great. If not, man, what are you going to do? So that's everything for today. Not much, but, you know, not too bad at the end of the day, I guess. I'm going to test these games. I cleaned them all up, and now I'm going to test them, see hopefully that they all work. And, yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Breathe deep in the night. See you soon.